Oh, John.
Sorry I'm late.
Don't be sorry.
That's okay.
Got it. We're waiting for. Yes, it is. I'll go ahead and shut the door just in case you're good. I already.
Lost track of time.
It's easy to do. You ready, Randy?
Ready.
All right, first order of business this evening is Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the June 15th, 2021 meeting. And I will make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, I've got a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. And you weren't here.
Right, I did watch it on YouTube.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I wasn't here.
Okay, so John abstains. Okay. All right, the next item on the agenda is a public hearing to review and recommend text amendments to land development ordinance pertaining to buildable residential lot sizes. I'll take a motion to open the public hearing. Okay,
I'll second.
I've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Public hearing is now open.
Thank you, sir. So we have been working on this for a couple months now. At the May 19th, 2021 meeting, the Planning Commission discussed the current lot size regulations and gave Assistant City Manager Shannon the direction to research some proposed language that was then reviewed and discussed at the June 15th, 2021 meeting, which led to this public hearing. The original text from the LDO states that lots platted prior to 1983 shall have a minimum lot area of 6,000 square feet. Lots platted after the year of 1983 shall have a minimum lot area of 8,500 square feet. The suggested language is the minimum lot area requirements for 6,000 square feet for lots platted prior to 1983 may be waived for residential use. The following conditions are met for staff review and approval. The number one is applicant must submit a certified plot plan for staff to review before the permit application can be submitted and approved. Plot plan shall comply with the setbacks required stated in Article 4 of the Land Development Ordinance. The combined square footage of the principal structure, detached garage, and utility storage shed shall not exceed the maximum building coverage in Table 4.110A, use lot standards, where no maximum building coverage is provided. The combined structure shall not cover more than 7% of the lot area. The primary residential dwelling shall comply with Section 15.525, single family residential design standards. And then lastly, the primary residential dwelling shall comply with the building code requirements adopted by the Paola Municipal Code. The Land Development Ordinance also has a section which is a standard for ordinance text amendments. In acting upon a text amendment, the Planning Commission and City Council shall consider whether the proposed amendment would implement a new portion of the comprehensive plan, would implement and better achieve the comprehensive plan's goals and objectives. The ordinance provisions were inconsistent or unreasonable in light of standards for similar uses. Is necessary to respond to state or local, state or federal legislation. Provide additional flexibility in meeting the ordinance's objectives without lowering the ordinance general standards. Addresses a new use, changing conditions, or clarifies existing language. Clarifies the ordinance or makes adjustments to account for interpretations. After reviewing those, the obvious ones would be B. This new language would promote new residential development and provide a more diverse housing stock for the city. And then E, It would provide more flexibility by allowing staff to do the initial review, but still implementing the original intention of the LDO standards. And the last one, G, it would clarify the regulations and allow for more consistency in the review and permitting process for residential development.
Okay.
And that is all that I have.
All right. Anybody from the public like to speak?
I approve.
All right, I don't have anybody from the public that wants to speak. Did we receive any written communication?
We did not.
Okay, we received no written communication. I will now take a motion to close the public hearing.
That's a move.
Second. Okay, the public hearing is closed. Okay. Anybody have any comments?
I'd like to thank Randy and staff for addressing this. I think it helped clarify. It's the only thing that I was wondering is there a way of keeping this from having to be approved again? In other words, building permits now, as long as everything's good, they just do it. And what I'd like to see is kind of the same thing with this, so that it doesn't have to have a special hearing, or doesn't have to go through a process to where the ordinance just basically says, if it meets these standards, then it's like any other one.
Yes, absolutely. So then we put, if the following conditions are met per staff review and approval. So if these conditions are met for staff review, then yes, we'll go ahead and issue the permit. If not, they'll still be able to approach you guys for a variance if they feel like they need to.
And does a regular building permit have to have a staff review also?
Yes,
Okay, so it's the same process.
yes,
Okay, great, thank you.
absolutely.
Do you have any other questions, comments? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the ordinance.
I'd so move.
Okay, do we have a second?
I would second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Have you talked about this at all with the planning group that's doing the comprehensive plan for the city?
We mentioned that we are looking at it, yes.
And they like the idea?
That's a
Okay,
good question. Thank you.
okay, so I have a motion and a second. Hearing no further discussion, I'll put it to a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. All right. And then the final item on the agenda this evening is the Community and Economic Development Director report.
Yes, sir. We are at 261 building permits for the year. Looking pretty good this summer. The Baptiste Extension and Peddling projects were quickly moving forward until we got that dump on us this weekend. Slowed them down a little bit, but hopefully they said early to mid-August at the latest they should be done. So hopefully by school, everything will be good to go. The comp plan is still underway. We had the public engagement workshop in June, and then two of you as well know, the advisory committee met last week to go over some of the initial feedback we have gotten from that workshop, as well as the online portal, which is still there. So please go and do it. It's actually pretty fun, not gonna lie. We had a group at the farmers market last weekend to help promote the comp plan. And we are also putting the QR code and the little synopsis of planning Paola on the back of pool passes for the council to hand out at the parade next week.
Oh.
So we're trying to reach as many people as possible. I don't know if you have seen it yet, but we have the new logo on all of the city trucks that we're very proud of. We are like that. It's the logo that is at the letterhead of your guys' agenda. And last but not least, I'll be on vacation starting Friday all next week. So if you need me or anything, you can contact Audra or Sid. We'll be happy to help you out. And that's all I got.
Are you getting good response from the community, or has it just been kind of minimal?
They said that they got about 65 people responded. But if you go on and look at the map, it's pretty engaging, especially the map exercise where you can pinpoint I like this residential development should be here, or I think trails need to go here. It's really neat to see people engaging on that. So that's the main area of traffic. That we have put vision boards that were at the public workshop at the pool and in the library. So those are getting a lot more feedback. We haven't been able to submit those yet because we're leaving them up to the end of this week. So that will help a lot too. So we're, like I said, we're trying to get as many avenues as possible, but public engagement is hard. And people don't want to take time out of their day to do it. So we're trying to make it as fun as possible. So.
Is there a way to, are they all Paola residents that are participating in the engagement, or are you also taking, citizens from other towns and Miami County residents as a whole? Can they also partake in this, and give their opinions?
Yes, they can. Absolutely. At our public workshop, we had about 20 local citizens show up in person, and that was the first in-person thing we had. So we weren't expecting that, so we were excited to have 20. So we were like, okay. But we're getting there, slowly but surely. I feel like it's slowly getting there. Any other questions?
School, when it starts back, what's that gonna look like for Walmart? Just.
It should be done.
Okay.
No more monsoon come.
Yeah, I just was trying to plan her out. And
Yeah, no,
it
if it's not, it's gonna be bad. So yes, they're playing. If not, oh boy.
I don't envy you that day.
Oh, God. We busing kids.
Damn deal.
No, I need to find a drop off, so. Yeah, so that is all I have.
All right. Anybody have anything for them? All right, and I'll take a motion to adjourn.
The gentleman here for,
He was here.
Here for the public hearing.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right. All right.
You good?
You're just
I mean,
second.
we're missing something.
You know.
Voting.
I will motion for this.
All right, second. All in favor, say aye.